Set, go. Good day, ladies and gents. I'm Emilio Colón Sr. This is the EC Show coming to you from sunny South Florida. As always, my right-hand man, Mr. Swagger McDougan's About That Life, Joseph Budo. This is a full EJ production in association with Jeremy Torres and the boys up here at the Performing Arts Center in Coral Springs. Justin is in the house tonight as well. This show is fully sponsored by KD Power Greens, our urban farm microgreens company that I own with my kids. Guys, make sure you visit kdpowergreens.com. It is out today officially. As you can see, Joe is dusting himself off. The EC Respect merch collab with Jose Kojima, DC United player. Visit enasiacolon.com to get that. ENASIACOLON.com. And once again, the show is brought to you by AutoNation, specifically AutoNation Toyota Weston. Guys, if you're in the business of looking for a car for yourself, your significant other, your teenage child, please go visit AutoNation.com or AutoNationToyotaWeston.com. You can scan the QR code behind me. Right now, they have a deal that they're running for the whole month. You put one band down, they give you $1,000 extra, so it makes it $2,000. You put $2,000, they make it $3,000. And if you have a trade-in, they'll give in from a competitor an appraisal. They'll match that trade-in and give you $500 on top of it. So please, guys, visit AutoNation or AutoNationToyotaWeston.com or scan the QR code and tell them the boys from the EC Show sent you. Good to see you, Joe.
How are you?
Now, we're recording a day earlier than we normally record. Jeremy's going to be out of town.
No, screw that. Why is the real reason we're...
Tomorrow's my birthday. Tomorrow's my birthday.
Yeah.
44 years old tomorrow.
Wait, how old?
44 years old
Damn!
tomorrow.
44 years
44 years old tomorrow.
Old.
Listen, I don't really celebrate too much, but I do celebrate birthdays. But we do the usual. It's going to be Houston's. I'm going to have the apple cobbler.
Great choice.
You know, the Hawaiian ribeye.
Hawaiian ribeye. Got to do that.
Medium. And then I'm just going to have regular Carvel cake. I'm simple.
Speaking of, like, ritual dishes that you get at certain places, obviously the Hawaiian ribeye, Houston's got to get it. Went out to dinner for Big James' birthday. Shout out Big James.
Shout out to Big James.
A few of us got together for dinner. Went to New York Prime, and like all I could think about all day was the carpaccio.
See, there you go.
They were sold out.
Oh!
Yeah. So we ordered it. The place is mobbed.
Right.
It's Friday night. You can barely even get in there. You can barely even sit in this place.
Right.
She comes back to the table. We don't have any carpaccio. I said, excuse me?
Bro,
I go,
break my heart.
I starved myself all day.
Say you love me again.
No, we ordered 3. We ordered 3 carpaccios. They're huge. And she came back and told us that they didn't have it. So we obviously fucked with her all night.
Yeah. Do you have anything else?
Do you have anything? The lamb chops. If they're on the menu.
If they're there, you know.
Yo, and then at one point I was like, listen, I need you to do me a solid. And she said, what? I said, if you just walk by someone's table, there's a fucking carpaccio sitting there like half eaten. I was like, just grab it. Ask them if they're done with it. If they say, yeah, then bring it over here. I don't mind. And Wexler, who was invited, shout out to Wexler, he started his trial
He couldn't come.
Yeah, he couldn't come. He had a trial that started today. He goes, hey, in the chat, like, just to add insult to injury, he's like, hey, man, sorry I couldn't make it. Hope you boys enjoyed dinner. They got the best carpaccio.
Oh,
I was like, I go, bro. I go,
he rubbed it in?
I go, no, he didn't know.
No, but
he indirectly, I go, you just crushed my soul. I go, they're out of the carpaccio, bro. He goes, what? I'm like, yeah. They ended up comping us like 4 different desserts for when they came out and sang happy birthday.
Yeah.
They gave us, we ordered it,
right,
but they comped it.
Got it.
Wait, carpaccio is like the meat with the sauce and like the...
It's like just super thin. It's not cooked.
It's thin, yeah. It's raw.
It's raw,
slim, thin.
It is. You know what's funny is me and you are big octopus fans. I actually had, and I was talking to them about it at dinner, octopus carpaccio at the Versace Mansion.
It's real.
It's paper thin. It's like almost see-through, the octopus carpaccio.
It's like when homie in Goodfellas was cutting the onions, and he was cutting it like really...
Yeah, with the razor blade.
Was it the onion or garlic? Was it the garlic or onion?
It was garlic.
It was garlic? He was cutting it real thin.
They had to cut it so thin so it like just melts.
Yeah, can I ask you a question now? Because we're asking the same question last year. Do you feel old?
This stupid question again?
No, because remember, he was like,
I'm
so focused.
I really don't. I don't feel old. No,
no.
I don't feel old.
You don't feel old?
No.
I'll be 38 this month.
I'm actually so excited because what we did before this came out, and this is the very first time that it's been successful, we actually did pre-orders for this merch that you see us wearing. This is like almost like a player's edition only. I didn't make this for anybody else other than myself, Joe. Jose has one, Enasia has one, and that's it. Nobody else has the white one. I didn't make anybody else one. But
you should have a thing on the website for Expo. I mean, no, because then can you print one at a time or?
Nah, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make
but
sense.
The reality of it is,
it's
doing really well. Pre-orders was done. Now it's all available. Everybody can get it. You can order it right now. It'll be sent out immediately.
I put this one on and I told him, I was like,
so what it says on the front obviously is respect, and then in Japanese it says, you don't have to turn it. It's okay. It says it in the back.
There you go.
It says it in the back. Japanese. It says respect as well. But no. I mean, look, we're thankful. We're appreciative. We're so hyped about everything that's going on. I mean, the reality of it is you have to do this type of stuff in order to get the brand out there more than anything else.
Absolutely. That's why I just had that guy on my show, Critical. That was a great episode.
Oh, shout out. I apologize in advance, guys. If you haven't, please click like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, leave a comment, follow on Instagram.
I heard they're having Big Justice in the Rizzler on very soon.
Nah.
I don't think Joe would ever allow that to happen.
No. And I actually was watching Theo Von the other night, and he was like, talking about how he ran into the Rizzler, like a really popping spot, and they pulled up a picture. This kid's easily 20 pounds heavier than he was when he got famous.
So here's the thing, right? So on your last episode, a shout out to Critical NYC, right?
Shout out KRT NYC.
Shout out to him.
Brandon hit me up today. He's like, yo, where'd you get those shades?
Excellent guest on the show. He knew exactly what to do. He knew how to handle his business. It didn't feel too salesy. He plugged all his stuff that he had to plug. He talked. He chopped it up with you and your dad. It was a great episode. Cool. But there was a part of the episode where, I don't know if you guys know, he does this little skit that he has.
Yeah.
Fellas. And he gives you like a little thing.
Drops a little knowledge.
So I left a comment and I said, fellas, if you go get food and you ask your girl if she wants food and she tells you no, and she comes when you get home and takes your food, she's a scam artist.
Yep.
That's 100%.
And it's so true.
It's true.
It's so true. But at that, I mean, then we don't have to get rid of our wives. Because you just described what every man in America goes through.
And just to let you know, I wanted to say this earlier and I got sidetracked. You are coordinated once again. Look at those things. Look at those. Those are fresh, brand new.
Like, was like, have you wanted me? I was like, yeah, I want them. I just keep.
They would have went better if you wore the white shirt.
I know. But
I
love this crew neck though.
Wait, speaking of wives, do you go?
Oh yes. By the way, Justin just got back from a bachelor party on a cruise.
Oh,
we did that for my brothers. That was
so listen. He got. So this is what I wanted to bring up. So he met a shorty on the cruise. We're not gonna say her name. Shout out to her. He met a shorty on the cruise. Okay. They hit it all.
I'm assuming you're not the groom that he's talking about.
No. Okay. They had a good time.
He met a guy.
They had a good time, right? Listen, and she stole his hoodie from him, his respect hoodie from him, to guarantee that she was gonna see him again because she lives here.
Oh, she's from here. Okay.
Oh, she's smart.
She's smart.
You got.
Now, how many of your hoodies actually get stolen from your significant other?
Joe?
Oh, mine? Oh. Is that I was like, for me?
Since she found the hoodies, she don't touch
my dad doesn't get any of his hoodies stolen. My hoodies get stolen by my mom.
Well, I mean, my house is just, everything in my house is up for grabs. Like, we all live in the same neighborhood, so nothing's safe. Like, Tommy called me, my brother-in-law, and goes, hey, can I get the leaf blower? I go, it's fucking yours. I stole it from you a month and a half ago. Like, my dad even was like, yo, Tommy needs his leaf blower back, bro. His leaf blower is dropping. I'm like, yo, I forget. I'll bring it next time I go over there. But I'm like, the first thing on my mind is that Tommy's leaf blower. So he called me and goes, hey, can I get, I'm like, bro, can I get my garage code? I'm like, it's yours. Go take it.
One more plug before I forget, because I didn't get a chance to do it last episode, even though I had it ready. Joe last week missed the show because he was actually down the Keys handling Highland charters. Guys, Highline charters. Guys, you have to. If you go down to Key West, this is the charter company that you want to book for sure. They are ready. They are up and running.
We should be fully operational within the next week. Yeah. So we're getting
exciting,
the last little bit.
Exciting.
Yeah. I mean, this has been a long, for the people that know, it's been about 4 years ago, four and some change that me and my brother bought this business, and it's been a nightmare to say the least. Like,
wait, so you go to the Keys and fish out the fish to?
The boat is docked in Key West at
Charter Rock. I went fishing once. Can I go down to the Keys and?
I've never been fishing.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to fish.
I know. I do. Actually, I do know how to fish.
You don't need to know how to do anything.
I don't know nothing.
I'll put you on the fish. I'm gonna sit you in the chair. I'll put the pole, and then you just gotta
turn
that handle. No. There's no casting in real. You drop it.
You just drop it.
You wait for your rod to thump, and then you just crank.
Right here, there you go. Highland charter.
Hey, you let me know. I got spring break after this week.
Well, I'm gonna be gone. I'm actually going to Fiesta Key.
When?
21st to 25th.
Yeah, you gotta do a test, right?
No, we're going. This is a vacation with the family.
Wait,
I thought you were going back over there to do another one.
No, we gotta go. We gotta go back down and do one more.
Yeah.
But
you were happy with everything.
Yeah, me and my brother took the boat out. We went all the way out into the Gulf of America.
Did you find any illegals?
Feels good to say that.
Did you find any illegals?
We call it the Gulf, by the way. No, I'm not an ignorant person like that, but it is the Gulf of America that we did cruise around it. We did cruise the Gulf of America, and she ran great. Yeah. She ran really good. Yeah. So that was like, I was like, we didn't have to call Cito to tow our boat in.
You got to tell them who Cito is.
Cito, if you ever break down in the ocean, you call Cito. It is a ridiculously
but you have no service
smart.
No, they have different.
We got sat phones and stuff, and you don't lose service until you go. Like when we go to the Tortugas, those trips that we go on, me and my brother, you lose service on those. But we weren't that far. But yes, Cito is an expert at just robbing people. Because
you have no choice.
Like
you're in the
you
middle
literally
of the water.
have no choice, man. This guy just hats off to him because he.
Now, Joe told me this story just recently, and I found it fucking hilarious. So
my jet ski story?
Yeah! So he's on jet skis with him, Pat, and Will. Shout out to them. And they go out there, and Joe knows, like, yo, he doesn't really like going in the ocean. He only likes going on, like, in the coastal lake, or whatever lake.
Every time I brought, my ski was like a high-performance ski, so every time I brought it on the ocean, I broke something.
Something happened.
Because it goes too fast to be in the ocean.
So something happened.
That's why those rental
and then you're stuck in the middle of the water.
Well, no, what happened was, I don't know which one it was. It was either one that was Pat was on or one Will was on. Kept cutting off. And we were decently far from the dock, and it was already getting dark out. I couldn't see shit. And I knew where the fuck I was going. I've been out there 100 times, and I just didn't want Pat to be the one to get stuck out there. Will has been out there a handful of times also, so I don't know if he would have got lost, but Pat for sure. Mm-hmm. So I was like, Pat, take my ski, give me the broken one. I go, you guys just fucking book it to the dock. I'm gonna work on trying to get it in.
Right.
I'm starting it. It's let me go like 10 feet. At this point, I know that the fucking engine's about to seize up. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm not gonna fucking destroy the engine on this thing. It was cooked. So I called Tito, bro. Now I'm on the shore. The waves have pushed me to shore. I'm on the shore. I fucking pulled the ski out. Call Tito. I tell him where I'm at. At this point, I'm fucking freezing. I'm talking like numbing cold. Like it's so. There's no sun. No nothing.
He tells Joe he can't go no further. That Joe has to swim.
I have to swim to the Tito, to the boat. So they send a fucking diver in the water that swims to the jet ski to hook it up, and I have to swim to this boat. That's probably, I'm not trying to exaggerate, it felt like a football field length. These waves are coming in, I'm going out, I'm already fucking freezing. I get on the boat and I'm like, you guys got like a towel or a blanket? They're like, nah. I'm like, yo. Now I'm like, just sitting, I'm curled in a ball. It's like probably about a 2-mile ride to the dock. I get to the dock. It ended up being like 500 or 490.
And it was soaking wet.
And they like, there's no hospitality, no blankets, no rescue blankets. Like, I'm just dying, freezing. But yeah. It was literally not that long of a ride that they towed it in. The boat pulled it in, no problem. And they just get paid $600 for that, or $500.
So guys, go follow on social media, please.
Highline Charters, man. It's been a long journey, but the boat is. I feel like the journey happened for a reason. So
hey,
COVID fucked us up real bad too.
I'm not like my dad. I don't get seasick. So if you would like to take me out, and I'll be there. I'll be there for 12 hours straight. Whatever you need to do.
If the weather was bad, we wouldn't take you out. We could see how bad it's gonna be.
You just let me know.
And the boat is a big boat. It's a 40-foot boat, so it's not like.
Hey, just give me.
It's like you're gonna be like this the whole time. It could take.
You already know I can reel it in. Just let me out.
It's this way.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Shout out to Sam, my daughter Zahara.
This is just bring it back.
Respect FC won a 3v3. Congratulations to them. So now, mind you, Respect FC is just a very, very small little group of individuals that ended up playing a 3v3 over the weekend. And I have considered retiring Respect FC as champions because they literally won. They're undefeated and they won as champions. I don't want nothing to do ever again. I don't want to take over no clubs. Respect FC is not a real thing.
It was for the tournament.
It was just for the tournament. And because if they were losers, I'd have been like, yeah, a bunch of losers. But they won, so we're winners, so we're going to retire as winners. That's it. Listen, it's over.
You could say that at one point you were a part of an undefeated team that won the championship, and that was it.
The reality of it is I did the same thing to Enasia. Enasia and I have raced in the past, and I won. One time, and I've never raced again. I'm not stupid.
No.
I'm retiring as well. Enasia could say she's faster than everyone else.
Except for you.
Except for me. That's it. That's not
Ine, when she was here, I asked her when she drove me to school, I was like, are you faster than that sister?
Of course she is.
Of course.
Of course she is.
The one time that they had a race, your dad won. So
I won.
as far as the
There's
record,
no taking that away from me.
as far as on the books,
I
did not cheat. I did it by the books. I did it exactly what we said.
On the books, he's the faster one on paper.
So what I said is we needed to go on my go. So when I said go, that's when we went.
It's called the jump.
So what I did, and I did this to whatchamacallit too back in the day, Swole, I literally pumped. I didn't say go, I pumped. And Enasia took off. And then when Enasia took off and she was on her way back, I said go! And then I took off on her and she lost. Okay, that's what it was about.
And as stupid as this sounds, I've seen, shout out my boy Stavrinos, Chris and Mike, because they've seen it too. At the car races.
Were they racing? Yeah,
they race on foot.
He knows Stav. He knows them.
Yeah, you know Stav. They race on foot at the track.
Oh, they all,
they
put bread.
Oh, yeah, they put bread on foot races. And I watched this heavyset white dude, all full, mouthful of gold, talking mad shit, do that exact trick.
And win.
And took $1,000 off these dudes.
Yeah.
And there's, listen, he goes, I get the jump. If I don't go, there's no race.
Right.
That's it. Same thing in cars.
Right.
That's it. You read, you're done. They do same racing rules. And he didn't take the step because that counts as a thing. He just shifted his body, and this dude took off. But this dude would have beat him by probably 65 fucking feet.
No, of course.
This kid did, actually, the kid that he beat in the race, he just took off once again. The kid just didn't even try to run at that point. He's like, he had no clue what was going on, and everybody's going nuts because there's side bets on the whiteboard.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? There's people betting on it.
When there's money in play,
bro. Boy, when I'm telling you, one foot race has probably $4,000 on it between everyone that's around. It's
I know.
It's and then you got the little black dude in the corner.
I swear to God, you literally just took the story out of my freaking head. I was gonna tell the story about that. How I asked somebody who does the little holes or whatever, the little balls. What happens when you run into somebody that actually knows?
They won't play you.
No. I've seen it before. So what happens is, like, let's say for example, it's like an East Coast thing. So like it's like a Philly / Rhode Island up north thing, right? So they run into individuals that know it, right? And the individual that knows it, he's over here like just looking and observing how homies scamming everybody or doing the hustle.
Yeah.
But if he feels like the homie's abusing it, he's like, okay, now I'm gonna ruin your whole day.
But they always have a guy working with them too.
So basically, what ends up
always
happening,
be a guy that comes in and wins like a stack real quick, and he's like, I quit. And he's like, you can quit, and then lets that guy walk in. Meanwhile, it's his homeboy.
So he told me a story. So he told me a story about how this really did happen. He was playing the game because he was the one doing it. He's playing the game, and he got it up to a real big figure. And the guy jumped in, and the guy was like, "Yo, I'll take that." And the guy was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, I'll take that bet. I know which one it is." And he was like, okay. So he was like, put the money out. And he put the money out. And he was like, he's going to hold my money. He's going to hold that money. And when I win this, I'm going to take all this money and I'm going to take off. And the kid was like, all right, where is it then? And the kid was like, it's not underneath anyone. It's in your hand. And it was exactly what it was.
Yeah.
The kid couldn't even lift. Because if he would have lifted just whatever one he picked, they all had nothing because it was so much money.
Yeah.
He palmed it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a little styrofoam.
Yeah, he palmed it. No, it's even smaller. It's like the little one.
It's
Yeah.
the tiniest little
tiny one. Yeah. And he palmed it. And he's like, yo, it's not under.
They do it with bottle caps, so
he's
it's got
like,
fit.
Yeah. He's like, it's not under any of those. You palmed it.
That's it.
So the kid was like stuck on stupid. He was like, give me my money, and then just walked off. So they knew right away that guy knew. You know what I'm saying?
It's all going on at the track. Mike told me stay away from him. I didn't. Lost money. Pedroso shows up. I go, stay away from the Monte guy.
Yo. Hey, Jordan Crate is in the house. He just walked in. Jordan Crate from Jordan Crate Photography. What's up, sir?
Pedroso didn't listen. He walked. I'm sorry. It wasn't. It was Paulie D. It
Oh,
wasn't
yeah?
Pedroso. I was like, stay away from the Monte guy.
The Monty guy got you?
Monte guy got him.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was good. He was trying to play me for my Rolex. I was like, yeah, all right, I'm good, buddy.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not that big of a degenerate.
Enasia was here. She was here for a week.
I know, I missed her. Shout out my girl.
She tried to see you in Rach, but you guys were busy.
It was a crazy shit show of a weekend, man. She about dodged a bullet.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God she's okay. Thank God.
X-rays negative. She's good. She's
twisted her ankle a little bit. It's soccer player stuff, like, you know what I mean?
The cleat did its job at the wrong time. That's how I expect. Everyone's like, so what'd she do? I'm like, the cleat did the job
the cleat stayed in the ground
at the wrong time, wrong angle, and she rolled up. I sent you the video. That's me zooming it in so much because Rachel was convinced that she got stepped on.
Nah.
And after watching the video,
You can
I was like, her whole
see
body
it.
rolled over that ankle. Really.
Yeah, so Ine was here for a week. It was cool to have Enasia here. It was funny because Joey Benetti, shout out to him, he called me Saturday night. And he called me Saturday night because he said he watched the last episode, and I guess there's this thing that Enasia and EJ were doing with their hands or something that I don't know about that's on social media or whatever.
EJ's always done.
But they were going back and forth
Ine
about
actually did it first.
And
What is it?
Ine actually uses the N-word in the segment.
Oh, she did. 100%.
And Joey has never heard her say that.
Because
And he was watching it when he heard it. He said, "Yo, I spit all my water out of my mouth. It went everywhere." I was shocked.
Listen, I've heard Ine talk a lot of shit because I played pickleball with Ine, so I've heard Ine say it all because when her and EJ get into it, it gets pretty.
Still the best pickleball player though.
Shout out to EJ. EJ won a pickleball tournament at Douglas this past weekend. Congratulations. EJ's not on camera today because EJ has a shiner on his eye. For those that don't know. He won the tournament and finished early, so when he finished early, he couldn't leave. They wouldn't give him his service hours for coming and being participant, so he had to stay a little bit longer, so he started playing basketball, and he accidentally got elbowed.
So you're a pickleball champion, basketball loser.
The problem is, this is exactly what I've tried to explain to this kid so many times on why I don't play basketball, because I can't afford that.
Bro, the knee, the nose, the elbow, to the nose, all that. I was too small to stay. I wasn't down in that area.
Saturday night he was looking a little bit puffy, orientalish, because a little swelling or whatever. We kept telling him put ice on his. You need to put ice. He wasn't listening.
No, of course not.
The next day, it hurts so much. We're at the farmer's market. Mike, he's trying.
I dug that shit out though. I was at the farmer's market doing that
He
shit.
was trying to get out of it. You were trying to get out. First say you were trying to get out of it.
I Saturday night I was like, I don't know if I can do this farmer's
He was
market.
trying to get out of it. I was like, you're not getting out of it. We're going to the market. I'm at the market. I gave him ice from different vendors because we don't have ice, but I'm getting ice from. He's putting it on. He's finally listening because it hurts so much. He's like, how you do this? How you do this? I'm like, yo, that's exactly
No, because
why
I was worried
don't
because I was
play.
putting the ice on where I got hit, but like under my, I didn't get hit under my eye. I got hit here.
Yeah,
And
that's
this is
usually where
getting
you're lucky you didn't get cut. That I've gotten both sides cut there. It's called a boxer cut.
Mhm.
That bone right there you have in your face
Mhm.
is like when an elbow hits it. What it does is it stretches your skin. It's like such a common spot, like right under your eye. You're lucky it didn't cut open.
Yeah,
So
literally like he went to go.
Yeah, so
Those ones that, like,
EJ
guard the ball.
toughed it out
Yeah.
yesterday. He helped out. Everything worked out at the farmer's market. We're March babies. So my birthday's tomorrow. His birthday's the 27th.
That's a fellow Aries right there. He's April 1st.
Who? Oh, you're on April 1st?
So
For
your
real?
birthday's a joke.
Well, see,
So
here's the thing.
That joke is so
I
old now.
don't play
That's what I'm
around.
saying. The joke is.
Oh, you have
shit.
it? Throw it to me. Throw it to me. Throw it to
Do
me.
you
I
have
have the camera.
Do you have this split screen?
No, I have. Yeah, somewhere.
When did this happen again?
Bro, I've never in my life.
Wow.
I've never in my life.
No, let me see it with Justin though.
I've never had a black eye in my life. That's the only one I've ever had. And on top of that,
Holy shit!
hold on, let me finish. Not only
Is it? I'm not sure.
is that my only black eye I've ever got, that's the worst black eye I've ever seen anybody in human history have.
Bro, why is it?
No
What
way.
happened?
What are you talking about?
Bro,
They were wrestling.
I don't even remember how it happened. We were drunk.
Well, obviously.
Yeah,
I mean, that was like almost every day.
No, yeah, I think it happened at the water park. I don't know if it happened on a water slide. I want to say it did. But yeah, I sent that in the group chat, and then I sent the split screen of me and the kid from the Sandlot. And it is
You get smoked.
fucking perfect.
Identical. I have this pizza somewhere.
Yeah, it's literally me and him.
Smalls?
Me and Smalls next to each other. We have the exact same black eye. I really don't remember how it happened. I know it was, I'm 99% sure it was my brother's elbow, but it connected right onto my eyeball so perfect that I thought my eyeball popped out the back of my head. But I didn't think it was going to get that bad. Like, yo, it got that bad in like, I want to say 18 hours.
Jesus.
So it was just like,
You didn't think of putting a steak on it? Like, no?
we were on vacation. I was walking around the hotel like that. Dude, Joey's got pictures of me slamming beers, and I have.
You didn't have no glasses to put on it or nothing? Or the
You didn't
glasses?
put no. You didn't take the beer and put it on your eye.
Bro, no, I didn't give a shit at that point. I was wasted, brother. I was lost in the sauce.
No.
But that was, bro. It lasted so long. I was like, yo,
There it is.
the split screen.
There it is.
Throw that to more, please. How great is that split screen?
Well, yours is better because Smalls is, makeup. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, mine's real. That thing was real.
Smalls is makeup.
I don't know, bro. It was so bad. Like, I couldn't open my shit. Like,
You couldn't open your eye for how many days?
bro, I don't remember.
Probably like a week.
I don't remember. I just remember that we laughed about that black eye for about a month. in the group chat. Everyone was just ragging on me for a good month.
Yeah, you had to be faded because look at you.
Oh yeah, I'm drinking in that picture right there.
Oh yeah.
We're
trying to open
Look
his
how
eyes.
bad that black eye is, yo. That's not fucking terrible. That is the worst black eye, bro. I've never seen a black eye that. Bro.
We're super
Unless you're
excited.
like UFC.
It's literally your eye.
Bro.
It's not even like.
My eyelid had a fucking black eye on the black eye.
We're super excited. We're gonna be able to play fantasy baseball this year. Last year we
We got a
couldn't.
draft tonight. I just
We
found
do
out.
have a draft tonight.
Literally
Draft
just
order
found
comes out at 8:30. The draft is at 9 p.m.
Oh.
I'm excited because last year we missed out. It sucked.
It's because
It
that
sucked.
Tokyo baseball is starting, so we got to draft it right now.
Yeah.
Because that's
They're playing a series.
So we have like a 16-week week one.
Yeah.
A 16-day week one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad because I talked to Zunk, who's got 20 teams so far.
And J-Maz has 30.
Bro, J-Maz is up there. J-Maz did 40-something teams last year. Bro, Zonk's like, I found out like 30 is like my sweet spot. I'm
But
like,
here's the
bro,
thing.
you know what my sweet spot is? 3.
But listen, for those that
It's a
don't know,
football.
Zunk and J-Maz's history was ridiculous. So if this keeps them even keeled to where they could just be normal human beings,
Yeah.
let them have as many fucking fantasy teams as they like.
Listen, I do want to
What's
point
their
out.
history? How many have they had before?
No,
No. We're talking about how wild they were.
Yeah, they were wild boys.
They're wild boys. This
Yeah.
actually keeps them relaxed.
Grounded and relaxed, yeah. I do want to say that last year they both were profitable. They both made money.
Yeah.
But I personally just don't have that kind of fucking time to invest in 40
Dude,
teams.
he showed
But-
me one time how many of like.
Bro,
the
he's
league-
got 10 teams right now.
He's
He's,
like,
he's got 10 teams right now that have Luis Gill and Garrett Cole.
Oh, it's disgusting. Both of
He
them
goes,
done-
bro, he goes, I got
they're
Cole
both
and Gill
of-
everywhere.
Both of them done for the season.
No, I think Gill's done for 3 months, but
Gil will be back cold.
Cole's done. He's done.
That's
He's
terrible.
getting that. It is what it is. What are you going to do? Gotta move on. Next guy up. Rondon is starting the opener for
Fuck
us.
no.
When are you shooting this week?
Pick up Joey Gallo.
Wednesday.
You gonna
Yeah,
shoot on
you
Wednesday?
pick up Joey Gallo. He'll be your pitcher.
We got Rondon. It's going to... I don't like that new second base rule.
What's second base rule?
I seen Lindor got called for it. It's
You can't
blocking the
block
plate.
Oh, yeah, you can't block
Bro,
the base.
he legit was completely off the base. This is the base.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He's here, tags you here.
Mm-hmm.
Guy calls him. No, he's safe. He blocked the back. His foot was blocking half the back, just half the back. But his whole body was nowhere near the base. Lindor was so far out of the way for this guy.
You know who would be good at that? Prime Javi Baez. He used to not even look at the ball. He used to catch and just
Well,
tag you.
everyone's gonna need it.
They call it an obstruction.
Yeah, but it's like I miss the days where you were allowed to fucking run into people.
Both
Remember the
New York
home plate?
teams are really hurt though.
What? Oh yeah.
Both New York teams are
It's
really hurt.
there's travesty in New York right now. But you know what? They deserve it. New
These
York's a
guys-
fucking shithole.
These guys were fucking with me, they were laughing at me because you guys know me long enough, right? This was the first time that I've actually missed Enasia, that I wanted her home here with us doing the stuff that we normally do. First time.
Yeah.
So during the house, like when we were in the house, I'm sitting there, like, I'm hugging her. I'm like, you know, like, I'm being extra whatever because I did genuinely miss her. Normally, I'm like, Enasia, leave. Get the fuck out of here. Like, bye. Bye. Like, go.
You know?
No.
You
I don't
right?
want nothing to do with you. Go.
We were watching
but-
Reacher and Daredevil when he called her downstairs.
Yeah, we were watching Reacher and Daredevil, and Enasia has this thing where when it comes to like shows, she wants to watch it all at once.
Yeah, me too.
So
Shout out
sometimes,
Enasia.
sometimes the shows like Reacher and Daredevil, they release them like once a week, or they release 2
I don't got
episodes.
the
Whatever.
patience for that. Let me know
So,
when it's done. I'll binge it.
Wendy, myself, and EJ downstairs watching Daredevil, and Enasia's upstairs, and I'm just like, man, like she's home. Like what the, Enasia. So I call her downstairs. She's like, yes. I'm like, don't say anything. Sit your ass down here. Watch this episode with. She's like, Dad, but I want to watch them all again. Sit your ass down here. Watch this episode with us, and let's just watch all 4 as a family, please. And she just did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
But I do agree with Enasia on that.
Then why don't they just release them all at once? What the is the
Because
difference?
these ones are actually on TV. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're actually getting TV ratings, and they're making you watch commercials and shit like that. It's actually, it is what it is. But, like, for instance, Severance, that new show, they're dropping like 1 every week. I got into it. My sister told me it was really good. Pi had told me like 7 times, you gotta watch Severance, you gotta watch Severance. So I did. That shit came out, I think, in 22 or 23.
Okay.
If I watched Severance when it first came out, I would have been a very angry person for like the next 2 years. Because like the first season, you don't really find out, and it doesn't get really juicy until like the second to last episode and the last episode. Then you're like left with like, what the fuck?
Yeah, cliffhanger.
Bro, then it's a 2-year cliffhanger.
Yeah,
I'm so happy that I just got into it now, so I was able to watch season
Everything.
1 while they're dropping season 2, and like now I'm like almost caught all the way up. But yeah, I can't do that once a week shit, man. It sucks. It's It's annoying as fuck, bro. Because like then the whole week you're like, what the fuck did he do?
Yeah,
what's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen next? Like,
And I'm big on spoil. I love spoiler alerts.
Right.
I love that.
Right.
I don't know why. Don't ask me why. I guess the only way I've ever been able to explain it to where somebody was like, that actually makes sense, is when I know something's gonna happen.
He's getting next level heat. Like you have no idea. Like 100%.
In the thing that I seen, that the whole snippet of him actually turning heel, the whole 3-4 minute video, whatever it was. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
Dude, he did his first promo as a heel just recently.
Who was it for?
Who was he blasting? They were in Europe somewhere.
Yeah, they're in Europe.
They were in Europe,
Was he
and
talking
the
shit to-
fucking crowd was going booing it. Like they was so. It was like a soccer crowd. It was so loud, booing him. Everything.
This
you
is how you
guys are a
revamp your
bunch of
career?
idiots. Boo! They're booing the daylights out of him, dog.
I love it.
They're in Tampa for like 4 days soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they're gonna do 4 days straight in Tampa.
Season, like, yeah.
Oh man, bro.
But he didn't change anything.
He's
He
still-
said it in the promo too. He's like, I'm not changing anything. He's like, oh, you guys expected me to come out here and wear like different clothes.
That's
and
why I asked you
have
what
a
to do,
different
right?
song. He's like, no, you guys don't deserve none of that. It was like,
I mean, yeah. That's what you want to boo me? I'm not gonna give you nothing new. You're gonna get the same old song with just me being a dick all the time.
20 years of being a good guy, and then all of a sudden he just decided to go to the dark side.
And look what it's doing. I'm talking about it. I don't even watch this shit.
Yeah,
I brought it up. He was his jaw dropped.
I've dropped. The funny part about it, there's a little part, because for those that follow, John Cena is going bald, so he has a massive bald spot in the back. So all of a sudden he turned heel and his bald spot is gone. It's literally black paint that they put over it. It's like, yo, this guy went evil and all of a sudden he grew
I
hair.
was just gonna say there's perks to being on the dark side. The dark side has its perks. That's why criminals are criminals.
Who was your favorite wrestler?
Growing up?
Yeah.
I would probably have to say Sting, just because like the whole face paint thing.
All right, so let me go back to that. Let me revise that question. Who was your favorite wrestler in WCW? And who was your favorite?
I can't
wrestler in
decipher the
WWE?
two. You're gonna have to tell me.
No, but
I was
Sting was WCW. Sting was
Bret Hart?
WCW.
Yeah.
Then you got Bret Hart, Hulk
Bret Hart.
Hogan.
I mean, obviously, everybody that I grew up with, we loved the NWO. Everybody was the NWO. So, and the NWO was
My favorite wrestler was
I love
always
Macho Man Randy
was
Savage.
Mr. Perfect. I think Mr. Perfect was excellent because
Oh my god, when
he
Jake got me
had-
back on his like wrestling thing, all I see downstairs
had
on the YouTube search
everything.
is Mr. Perfect. Like,
he
oh
had
my
his
God.
wrestling capability,
Watch
which he was
something.
exceptional with. His promos were amazing. He used to cut these
obviously
vignettes.
Ric Flair. You can't take anything.
Oh, Ric Flair's amazing too.
I mean, that's one of the goats right there. You can't take anything.
Mr. Perfect used to cut these promos where he would do everything perfectly. So if he bowled perfect game. If he played golf, he would do a hole in one. If he was
amazing.
baseball, he would hit a home run. If he would swim, he would jump, and all of a sudden he would turn into like an Oriental figure, even though he was massive, land in the water, and there would be no splash. Like he would do everything. He'd do a football with a Minnesota Vikings player who came to talk to him to give him tips. And I don't need tips. Threw the football up in the air, ran 100 yards down the field, and caught it himself. Like they had it figured out with these vignettes for him. They knew what to
And
do.
you know what's funny? Like that's popular shit on social media right now.
What?
Yeah, they're
Dude.
always coming up.
Yeah.
All the old stuff.
Yeah.
Just
Like if you make a video right now of like throwing yourself a ball 100 yards down the field, you zoom down the field, catch the ball, like that video, those type of videos like go viral and shit.
These kids nowadays spend so much time watching stuff that's set up, and they think it's real. It's not even funny.
My
Like,
brother gets on me all the time because there's a couple on Instagram and I think it's real and he thinks it's all set up.
what is it?
They're balloons filled with shaving cream and
That's
water.
the funniest
That's
couple
scripted.
I've ever seen.
But like, I've watched the B reel of like
there's a couple-
her walking in and like finding the
Oh, I
balloons.
know what you're talking about.
And
I know
like,
what
you're not
talking
gonna fucking get me.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Some are probably set up. But
Some are
there's-
probably set
there's
up,
Some,
But
that you
I
can tell.
I told my brother, I go,
Legit.
whether they're set up or not,
It's
you
genius.
gotta fucking take your hat off to this guy's marksmanship.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like this dude literally sitting on the couch, boy, I'm talking 30, 40 feet in the air.
How many times
From
they had to do that? to get
I
them
saw
in
the
there?
one-
Okay, don't matter. Guess what? They also got a mop deal.
I saw the one-
They closed the mop deal to clean up the mess after they pranked each
I
other.
saw the
we
one-
only use one kind of mop.
She had a 2-car garage. She had the garage open, and there was like a little path in between 2-car garage. So
What,
she was
she
hiding
lit?
behind it.
And she put the
So he
the
pulled
popper-
up, and he noticed that the 2-car garage was open. So he took a really good guess. He threw something this way, and she came out that way, and he had the gun and literally hit her from the other side.
Oh, bro.
Boom!
It's the best. It's the best. Or when like she finds one and like they laugh it off, and like she continues walking to the kitchen, and he shoots a different one and just lands.
Or how about the one?
I
With
told my brother, don't steal my joy. I like it.
The little baby one. I know you've seen it before. The little baby's running he's running from like the living room into the kitchen, or the kitchen into the living room, and they slow motion him, and his dad shooting him with Nerf guns.
Oh no! No, but his daughter is like a big teammate of his.
Oh really?
So like literally like they'll cross paths. Like the mom and the daughter will be walking past with the dad, and you'll just see the daughter literally just go like that. She throws him a gun, and as they walk past, he turns around, just shoots it, and gets the mom.
How about this guy? This
guy.
guy's turning into a weekly marksman. He's literally taking tactical training sessions.
I love it.
And having so much fun with his weapon. It's not even funny.
With an expensive weapon, it needs love, and I am jealous.
We're loving it.
I know you're loving it. I know you're loving it.
So this past weekend on Saturday, I went to a birthday party that Sam and Phil threw for Smiles, who's a friend of theirs that works.
Shout out Smiles.
Shout out Smiles.
He's a funny dude.
So listen to this. I can't make this up. So this party is off the hook, extravagant, whatever, everything. And I'm sitting here looking at myself. I'm like, you throw this for Smiles. What the hell do you throw for yourself? There must be like fireworks and shit. You might have like Ryan Seacrest come out and start speaking to everybody. Like she's like, oh, one time we sat in the pool one day and we were so drunk, and then next thing you know, we ordered a dog. And we literally Ubered the dog here. We paid extra for the dog to get Ubered here. It was like 9 o'clock at night. You're like, what?
I went over there and I don't know whose birthday it was, but Rachel had been over there hanging out, and I was home, and I went over there and I met Smiles. We were playing this like 90s card game, and it just reminded me of just how dope the 90s were.
It was crazy because they started out, and Phil's brother Marlon, shout out to him. He was thinking he was Chris Brown. Obviously, the alcohol starts to play in it. And he's a very, very big dude, and he's doing all the Chris Brown dances and this, that, and singing like Usher. And I'm over here like, yo, homie, let Usher do that, okay? Yeah. No, that's not meant for you to do, okay? You're not getting any women to choose to take off on their husbands or their significant others singing that way. Let him do what he does.
And I tell you all the time. I'm like, you have the worst voice in the entire planet. She sings all the time, my daughter. I'm like, you are so terrible. I'm like, do any of your friends tell you you're terrible? She's like, no. I go, you don't have one single real friend. And her boyfriend Jude told her that she's a terrible singer.
Oh, really? He did?
I go, it's another point in Jude's book. Another point in Jude's book.
I like that kid.
Yeah.
I like that kid.
He told you, she goes, he literally tells me that I have the worst voice on the planet. I go, that's it. Thank you. I go, that's real. Because anybody else is telling you that you can sing, I go,
it's lying to you.
Our whole family. Our voices were just not built for singing.
It's lying to you 100%.
Baby Diane actually can sing pretty good.
Yeah.
And her sister Marie, and then my cousin Darcel. Other than that, no Budo should ever attempt singing a song. My dad is like nails on a chalkboard, and he thinks he's fucking good.
So where are you actually going? I'm going to eat this for my birthday. Where are you going to eat for your birthday?
I'm going to be at the Hard Rock, March 27th. Shout out AJ.
Oh, that's right.
AJ the Biggest Rodriguez.
Rare knuckle fighting, right?
BKFC.
Oh, yeah, I want to go to that.
Yeah, it's on my birthday. My boys fight.
It's March. Yeah,
March 27th. It's literally the night of my birthday. I was like, fuck it. I got nothing else to do with my birthday. I'm going to.
And the Critical NYC, he has to actually interview the fighters.
He said he was doing some interview type thing with some of the fighters after post fight. So I told you, I'll see you at the fights, brother. I actually didn't get to go to AJ's first fight. It was just a schedule. Yeah, like I couldn't make it that night. But he did knock him out in the first round. Got his first actual. He's been fighting bare knuckle for a while, but this is the first time he's been in BK. That was his debut to BKFC, but with a 1 minute knockout, and he got pictures of X-rays of his hand, and there's just like 6 screws right here, and he just keeps talking about. He's like, someone's got to pay for this, and he's a beast, man. He's a lightweight fighter, and he's quick, bro. And I was watching videos of him like 14, 15 years old doing like backyard street fights, and he's just been fighting his whole life.
That shit was mad funny. He called his mother on the show. Or his mother was calling on the show.
No, he called her. She was calling.
He answered her on the pod, just like Joe's dad answers the
He answers every call.
Every freaking call.
Every call. So
she calling, and he's like, hey, mommy, I'm doing a podcast or whatever. And she's like, mommy, tell him who's the best. Tu papi.
Yeah, she's like the biggest Rodriguez.
Yes.
And he says he always finds her in the crowd. So I'm really excited. I gotta get.
That's his first match you're gonna go to. Like
this is his second weekend. This is the first match I'm gonna see live. Yeah, he said I'm not gonna forgive you if I don't show this one. Because it's on your birthday.
You're fucked. You have no.
He's like, I got your ticket. Don't worry about it. And he's like, let me know how many more you need, so that you just remind me. I gotta get on it.
Speaking of that, do you have that pulled up on there by any chance? The Marlon Wayans thing? Is it up there or no? So just a friendly reminder. June 20th here at the Performing Arts Center. Marlon Wayans will be here. The tour is what? The Wild Child Tour? That's what it's called? The Wild Child Tour? It'll be here. This place is going to be packed to the brim for sure, for sure. We're going to end up figuring out a way to do something to give away some tickets for sure. So that way people could come enjoy it and have a good time.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, he's hilarious. And I know they're coming out with, they're going to do a sequel to White Chicks.
Oh my God.
They announced it. They're going to do a sequel to White Chicks. The only thing is White Chicks came out so long ago.
But they look exactly the same.
No, agreed. But what I'm saying is are you going to be able to get that audience back, or are you going to develop a new audience?
There's going to have to be some sort of new concept. Like, why are they going to be white again?
Good question.
Because
they're already white.
Because they're already white, that's what it is?
There'll be some crossover that's going to connect to us.
Yeah.
But that's going to grip them as well.
Because here's the thing.
It's got to have something. There's going to have to be some new TikTok influencers.
Generation X.
Yeah, there's going to have to be some Gen X pull there.
Here's the thing, right? In Living Color. Excellent. Excellent show. Keenan Ivory Wayans, genius, right?
Jim Carrey.
But the thing is that is comedic royalty, that family, right?
Yeah,
they brought Jim Carrey to light. Tommy Davidson. They brought Jamie Foxx. They gave so many people opportunities to do this type of stuff.
Kim Wayans.
But you cannot, in my opinion, at this moment, try to do that again. It won't work.
What, like in Living Color?
Yes.
They do have it. It's Saturday Night Live.
But no, that's different. That's different because in Living Color, in my opinion, hit more of like
what I loved about
our era and like what we like.
They had every.
They would be wearing Jordans. They would be wearing Jordans in the freaking like.
J-Lo was a dancer.
Yes, she was J-Ho. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't J-Lo at the time, but like, it was more relatable. Nowadays, you can't do that.
No, and there was set characters on that show too. Like where SNL just does skits, different skits every time. There was like set characters on that show.
Like what's this
Fire
guy?
Marshal Bill?
Fire Marshal Bill is absolutely
Jim Carrey, Fire Marshal Bill.
Yeah.
If you know
Let me tell you something.
You don't know about Fire Marshal Bill.
You gotta look it up. You gotta look that up. Fire Marshal Bill's hilarious.
He crushed that shit.
Hilarious.
Jim Carrey is one of the most shot. You know what's funny is, and I forgot which movie.
What's the guy's name?
It's gonna bother me, but listen, they're wheeling Jim Carrey off in the movie.
Ace Ventura?
No, I kind of want to say it. I don't fucking know. But Fire Marshal Bill standing in the crowd.
Oh, okay.
As like one of the extras, and it just came out like recently. Like, that Jim Carrey was like, no one ever
like
noticed.
An Easter egg, yeah.
It was just sitting in there, like, no one ever noticed. And Fire Marshal Bill was just standing there, like, in full costume, like, as he's being wheeled by. But, yeah, it's definitely...
Like, that comedy back then was, like, relatable. The comedy nowadays has to be almost, in a sense, borderline controversial to be a hit. For example, like, I'm okay with it. I don't have a problem with it. But there's so many people that did. What's his name? Shane Gillis? That's his name?
Yeah.
He just did, I don't know if you guys have seen it. He did a skit where it's called A Couple of Beers.
Yeah.
And then inside of the skit of A Couple of Beers...
It's like, it also works well with...
A line of Coke.
A
bump of Coke.
A key...
A key bump.
A key bump.
A key bump.
It's like...
I don't know how that was on TV.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, for us, that is so... That's PG compared to what we had.
Yeah, of course.
That was a commercial.
Yeah.
Like a real life commercial. Like that could have been a real thing in the 90s that people actually took. Well, I mean they did. Everyone did. But like that, if I seen that commercial in the 90s, that would
and
not
in Living
shock
Color,
me.
there was a skit, and she.
Bro, how about the Chappelle Show?
Yeah, she deserves better. I do not remember this comedian's name. She was an amazing comedian. She was a white lady. And she was playing, like she was on a talk show. So let's say Joe is interviewing the lady. The lady is a zookeeper. She's like a helper at the zoo. And Tommy Davidson comes out.
I'm trying to think of what
in
it's
a
called.
full-fledged velour suit and a Adidas hat, like the bucket hat. And he's a homeboy. And her job is to translate his language for the audience.
Yeah.
So it's basically like
It was like he was pretty much just came out speaking Ebonics.
Yeah.
And she
and in her white self ways, she would translate for the audience what he was saying. So he was like, "Yo, what's up, homie?" He's just saying, "How are you?"
Yeah. See now, you put that on TV today, it's racist.
They started on SNL not too long ago.
Yeah, but SNL is just starting to loosen up a little bit. Like there was a Shane Gillis news anchor one with they were naming the crimes. That was probably the funniest thing.
That's you guys.
They're like meth lab busted, and the black people are like, oh, he's white. He's white. 1-0. They're like, and then Shane Gillis comes out and he goes, in downtown LA, they were looting, looting and breaking the stores, and he's going.
Black guys.
And it ends up, he goes, and then they say his name, and it's like it was a white name, and they were like, oh, plot twist, but then it ended up being, but it's like shit like that wasn't flying 2-3 years ago.
But you have to adjust, because here's the thing, right? So, like...
People just need to stop being so soft.
I don't know if you've seen it. So, like, certain game shows that are legendary in our era, now they've adjusted. So, like, for example, Family Feud, Steve Harvey now has taken that to...
He's great.
A whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Like, a whole nother... You have to kind of, like, mix it up, because you can't just stay stuck in the times.
No.
You can't have Bob Barker doing Wheel of Fortune for 50 freaking years. That's not going to work. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Price is Right, buddy.
Oh, sorry. Price is Right. You are right.
And who do we got now doing that? What's his name? Drew Carey. Drew Carey.
Yeah, and it's
funny
still,
guy.
Yeah, it's funny guy, but it's not. And shout out to the TGL League. It's
I'm addicted, man. I'm sorry,
It's
guys.
literally the playoffs.
It's the playoffs.
I'm still waiting on my formal invitation to the Grass League in May.
Wherever we're going,
dude.
Going to Arizona.
I mean, I might have to send Joe out there first and then meet Joe on the back end.
Me and Critical go
I just saw how many days it is. It's like 4 days.
Me and Critical we were talking about golf on the pod, and I hit him up. I was like, we need to go golfing together. You're saying you suck. I said I suck. Let's go out and suck together and look good while we're doing it.
Yo, can we give a shout out to Juan Benitez too? 001 on Instagram.
I just want to just say that I should just be a talent scout at this point.
You called it.
I seen this kid playing at a tournament that we were hosting with no strings attached. Shout out Craig. And I was like, that's who I want to represent our brand. No doubt. This kid is going places.
He has the drive, the ambition.
Fast forward.
He's a pro.
He is on the PPA tour and plays for the...
now it's California. He got traded.
He got traded from New York to the California for the MLP. So he's on PPA and MLP. I spoke to him after this weekend, his tournament in Texas. Said that he didn't bring his best stuff, but you know him. He's like his own biggest critic. He can play lights out, not a mistake, lose, and say that he played like shit.
Yeah.
But that's what you need to be great. And that kid is... I would almost guarantee that he cracks.
I remember when we first met him, and I was just having basic conversation with him, and there was this kid that we know, I won't say his name, and I was like, this kid's pretty good. He's pretty good. And Juan was like, no, he sucks. He makes too many mistakes. He makes too many mistakes. He makes too many errors. I would never play with him ever. I'm like, what? Like,
I've watched.
He looks phenomenal to us.
Listen, I've watched Juan play with kids that I thought were
excellent,
the most amazing pickleball players I've ever seen. And he goes, yeah, they're not good enough.
They don't have it.
And I'm just like, damn, this kid. I always said, he's never gonna find a partner.
So we got New York, who's the team owned by
your guy
Steve Cohen, and then LA, and I think LA
it's 1-1 right now.
EJ, look up who owns LA for. I think it's I forget who it is that owns the LA team in the TGL.
I know that the guy that owns the Falcons
owns the Atlanta team.
Yeah, what's his name? Arthur Blank. He owns.
And then Fenway Sports Group owns the Boston team. If I'm not mistaken.
That's the guy that owns Angel City FC.
So
Williams,
Williams husband.
776.
Yeah.
The Kumpo brothers, Alex Morgan.
Yeah, so it's a group.
It's a group. Yeah.
That's the way to keep it.
Yeah, that makes your cost out of pocket down, and everyone just. There's a lot of money on the table there. You got to put everything up to, unless you're your guy.
All right, so let's go because we're going to watch this. So, guys, we're just going to conclude today's episode. Make sure you click like, subscribe on all podcast platforms, on Rumble and on YouTube. Show sponsored by KD Power Greens, our urban farm microgreens company that I own with my kids. Guys, go visit EnasiaColón.com, ENASIACOLON.com for all of your brand new EC Respect merch. The collaboration between us and Jose Kojima is out right now. And we'll check you out next episode. We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Peace.